go. Take two. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. But regardless, my name is Rebecca Joy. I'm a self-development coach, and I'm so excited to be here with you and to be bringing you this message that I have to share with you today. I'm really hoping that this message reaches the right people, because I woke up and this message just like downloaded through me, and I was like, I need to share this with the people. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being open to this message. I'm really hoping that with every video that I share here on my channel, you're able to take away some gems, some piece of wisdom, just something to help you unlock something deeper within yourself. So the message for today is you can always begin again. And this is really the time to create your new life. So I want to get into a little bit of the energy of what's happening right now. We just had a new moon in Pisces, and we're also in Pisces season. So for those that aren't familiar with astrology and zodiac signs, we have basically throughout our calendar year, we move through 12 different zodiac signs. We have earth signs, we have water, we have fire, and we have air. So Pisces is a water sign, and Pisces is actually the last zodiac sign, so it's the 12th. So right now, this energy is really all about like clearing things up, like ending cycles, ending the season of our life. Now, also the season that we're in right now, we're wrapping up winter. So it kind of just like all makes sense. We're at the end of something. We're closing that chapter in our story. We're closing that chapter in our book, and we are needing to usher in and create space for this new energy, which will happen very soon after this. So Aries is actually the first sign of the zodiac, and in Aries season, we also celebrate the spring equinox. So right now is really the time of tying up those loose ends. But for me, really the message that so strongly came through today was just this knowing that we can always begin again. We can always create a new self. We can always create a new beginning. It's never this idea of like, oh no, I f***ed up and now I have to start all over from scratch again. It's never about that. We're always just starting from a new beginning. So with so much of this incredible Pisces energy surrounding us right now, you guys, Pisces is the dreamer. Pisces is that person, and you probably know some Pisces, in your life that are just like head in the clouds. They're always dreaming. They're always thinking about something big. Like when I think about Pisces energy is like the big vision, okay? This is like the dreamer. This is the person that can just get like so lost in dreamland and almost like in fantasy world. Now, the negative trait of Pisces is this energy of almost like escapism. But we can use this energy so strongly to our advantage right now, because this is really the time for everyone to like allow themselves to dream so big, to allow themselves to really look at other people, whether that's people in your inner circle. Maybe it's a boss, maybe it's a mentor, maybe it's someone that you follow on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. It's like this is the energy where we can look at them and look at what they're doing and look at their life and say, hey, I think I want to do that too. Or maybe it's like I'm extracting a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of what this person's giving me. And with all of these elements, I'm now creating this new sense of self for myself. That's the energy that has been really coming through so strongly for me. When I woke up this morning, I woke up a little bit later than I had initially wanted to, and I'm a Virgo sun, so naturally I'm just like always critiquing, and I'm always looking at myself and saying, where can we improve and where can we do better? It makes so much sense because, I am a self-development coach. I'm obsessed with self-development. I'm obsessed with getting better. I'm obsessed with growth, right? But what can happen for a lot of us is we can self-sabotage and we can critique ourselves and we can just be so hard on ourselves, right? But it's like we want to make sure that we are actually turning that energy outwards. And so for me this morning, when the message came through, it was like, okay, I could sit here and I could critique myself and I could just get so down on myself. Or I could flip the script and I could say, you know what? This is a really, really powerful time for me. Instead, what I'm going to do now is just define the person that I want to be in this next phase, in this next chapter of my life, and look at people that I admire and that I aspire to be like, and use them as role models, use them as examples. So if I want to be the girl that wakes up at 6 a.m. and, has her morning routine that she commits to every single day, she's in the gym by 7:30, it's like the energy that we can really work with right now, because it's so potent and it's so malleable. And this is such a good thing because, again, we're closing out this very long chapter. Actually, astrologically, we are about to enter into our new year. The new year happens during the spring equinox. So for anyone that's like, oh my gosh, I just can't seem to get my shit together and we're already in March, it's okay. Let's not critique ourselves. Again, let's use that energy. Let's use that energy to create a new sense of self, to define, this is what I want my life to look like. Really think about it. How many times have you been in a phase where you were like, oh my gosh, I was totally into F45 workouts, or oh my gosh, I was totally into the eating paleo style, or I was totally into this. Now what's coming to mind is health and wellness and habits. But how many times have you yourself gone through certain rituals or certain pattern or certain habits? And then how many times have you fallen off? I know that that's happened to me so many times, but how I want this message to come through is to make sure that you always know that we're always moving through different cycles. We're always moving through different parts of our journey. So if you are in a stage of your life right now where you're looking for more routine, you are looking to move from maybe a state of chaos to a state of order. You are looking to clean up your diet. You are looking to change the way that you think. You're looking to change your perspective on something. Just know that you can always begin again. And this truly, you guys, is such an important time to do so. It's let's use this energy to our own advantage, okay? Let's allow ourselves to sit in this energy right now and to define who it is we want to be and where we want to go. That's the first step in creating any type of new reality. The new reality is kind of the big vision here. I'm going big Pisces dreamer. The new reality is, maybe that's, I want to be in a partnership. I want to do this for my career. I want to make X amount of money. I want to feel this way. I want to feel at peace within myself. I want to feel at home within myself. I want to love myself differently and maybe on a deeper level. We want to really go broad here. Think about the big, big vision here. And then we can go ahead and kind of scale it back a little bit. So let's really, step one is let's create the new vision for ourselves. Let's define what that looks like. Maybe if you are looking to create a morning routine, let's define what you want that morning routine to look like. Are you waking up at a certain time? Or maybe you're not. Maybe you're moving and transitioning out of a phase of, you know what, I've been really hard on myself the past few months to wake up at the same time every single day, but intuitively, I feel like my body is just really needing more rest and really needing more sleep. So maybe this next phase is I'm going to be the woman or the man that allows myself to get a little more rest. But maybe if you know that you need more rest, maybe that requires you to go to bed 30 minutes earlier or an hour earlier. Or maybe you're like, I'm going to give myself the grace to sleep in some days and I'm not going to be so hard on myself. Maybe Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I allow myself to sleep in an extra hour. I want you to really take this time, take the next few weeks, but honestly take as much time as you need. But I would recommend take this time before we move into Aries season, before we move into that fiery energy, sit into the emotions of everything. Let yourself be in this fantasy, in this dream world right now where you imagine my new life. What does that look like? Let's spell it out. Let's make sure that we are so crystal clear in who that person is. How are they dressing? What are they saying to themselves? What type of work are they doing? How are they spending their free time? Who are they spending their free time with? Do they make themselves feel proud of what they're doing every single day? Let's define what that person looks like. And this is something that we can really, really play around with. Maybe you kind of just like for the next week, just kind of like envision a few different personas for yourself. It's sometimes nice to kind of like imagine yourself in the third person so that we can like distance ourselves from the person that we are right now, because we're always creating a new person. Again, we're never just like starting from scratch. It's never like that. We're always just starting from a new beginning. I know for me, I am going through a major transitional phase in my life, so that is forcing me to sit with myself and ask myself, okay, if you want X, Y, and Z to change, what needs to change with that? A prayer that I ask of God every single day is change me. Change me, because I know when I am changed internally, then everything else externally in my world changes with me. So let's take this time to define what it is that we want and who it is that we want to be. You know, you can get as specific as you would like, or maybe you're like, Rebecca, I don't really know, but I do know that I want to be waking up at the same time every day. Or I do know that I want to get in the gym 4 days a week instead of 2. Or maybe it's, I want to call my parents more. I want to make $5,000 more in my job this month. Whatever it is perfect. Do not force yourself to almost like go somewhere that doesn't really feel comfortable. But I think we all, when we take the time to really sit with ourselves and really open up the space to be honest with ourselves, we can very easily connect to what is it that I'm reaching for in this next phase of my life? Because remember, we can always create that new life. We can always create that new sense of self. The world and the seasons are always constantly changing, so we are as well. And naturally, we are moving out of this slower season of winter where we are hibernating. We're almost like being a little more hermity. I know for me, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to pop out. Like, I've taken a few months to be in my shell, do a lot of inner work and healing, and I've been really relishing in this winter season of being with myself and feeling comforted in my home and nourishing myself. But as the seasons are changing and as we are slowly moving away from this Pisces watery emotional energy, and we are very soon stepping into the first sign of the zodiac, Aries season, the spring equinox. Aries is a fire sign. Aries is like, I just want to go. I just want to pour myself into it. Aries is very self-focused, but we need that energy. We need that self-focused, independent energy because we need to remind people how powerful they are. We need to constantly remind people that you are the greatest manifester. You are your own healer. You are your own leader. You are your own role model. But first, before we get there, okay, before we step into this new life, we have to remember that we have to create the dream from somewhere. We can't just go, right? We can't just like wake up and go. We need to take a moment. We need to sit. We need to sit with ourselves, whether that's like in a meditation, just sitting with ourselves on our couch, not doing anything, or journaling and asking myself, what do I want to be? Where do I want to go in this season of my life right now? We don't need to go 5 years out, 10 years out. For some people, that may make sense. For me, I don't really like to do that. I want to be so present in this season of my life that I am in right now and really connect to what does my heart want? What does my soul want? What is going to make me feel so proud of myself every day? What is going to make me feel so fulfilled that at the end of the day, when I go to rest my head on my pillow, I feel like, yes, I gave my all to this day and I feel so good about myself and I feel so good about my progress. So take inspiration from the outside world, whether that's a YouTuber that you follow on YouTube that you love, or maybe it's your favorite influencer on Instagram or TikTok. Maybe it's a celebrity. Maybe it's one of your close friends. Maybe it's a parent or your partner. We can always take inspiration from the things and the people around us, but we need to make sure that that inspiration truly feels honest and truthful to us, and to not get so complex where we are critiquing ourselves and self-sabotaging and saying, I want to be this person, but it's uncomfortable for me. Or, Rebecca, I don't know what it means to be the girl that wakes up at 5 a.m. and goes straight to the gym and has this 2-hour morning routine that sets her up for success. That's okay that you don't know. that's okay. You know, life is here to push us. It's here to challenge us. It's here to almost like force us to evolve and to grow, because if we're not, we're just flatlining and we're stagnant and we're not creating more. We're not generating more. So if you're sitting here and you're feeling a little worried and a little stressed, like, I want all these things, but I don't really know how to get there. I promise you that once you decide what you want, the people and the things will help you along your way, and you will also be able to see other people and be inspired by someone else who's already done it, which is like the most amazing part ever, right? If you're someone that has never had a morning routine or really struggles with making a budget, or, you know, for some reason can't go past making $10,000 in their business every month, I guarantee you that once you decide, you know what, I think for the next month, I'm going to be the person that goes from making $10,000 a month to $15,000 a month in my business. I have decided that I'm going to be that person. Or, you know what? I'm used to kind of just like waking up, snoozing my alarm a few times. I finally roll out of bed at like 7:30, but I'm deciding this month that I am committed. I'm committed to my morning routine. I'm committed to getting a good night's sleep and rest. And you know what? I'm going to now be that person that wakes up at 6 a.m. Okay, it's not like the biggest jump in the world, right? We're not asking ourselves like, okay, I think I'm gonna go hike like Mount Kilimanjaro or something, you know? Not to say that you can't, because you totally can, but it's like, just because something doesn't feel comfortable doesn't mean that we can't do it. Doesn't mean that that goal or that new self or that lifestyle is not attainable. It totally is. Anything is attainable. So let's take the time to ask ourselves the hard questions. The hard questions being, who do I want to be in this season of my life, and where do I want to go? Because once we take the time to decide, once we allow ourselves to name the thing and to name where we're going and to imagine and create this new dream life, it's going to become so much easier to get yourself there. I promise. That's what each season is for. That's why we are just seriously like so lucky to be able to work with the energetics of every single season. But this season is all about putting yourself in that fantasy land, letting yourself dream so freaking big, like bigger than you've ever imagined. Because guess what? We're always stretching ourselves. We're always expanding ourselves. Like, let's go somewhere that we haven't been before, even if it makes us uncomfortable, even if we're like, shit, I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna get there. Trust me, you are capable of getting there. You have so much potential. You have more potential than you even realize. So thank you for being here with me today. I cannot wait to bring you more videos to my channel. Again, my name is Rebecca Joy. I'm a self-development coach. I just love this shit so much, and I'm so happy that you are here with me. Stay tuned for the next video. Bye.